am in the next phase of this boat right now. We've got both bulkheads made and ready to go in. Once the one bulkhead dries, I actually coated the back side of it with epoxy because obviously this whole area is the cockpit locker, so I wanted to make sure it was sealed from the back. We're even going to glass it from the back side, so that should keep any sort of water from rotting out the bulkhead. Also, we got to cut back these so that the bulkhead will fit up against the wall nicely. I might even have to remove this, which I probably should have done to begin with, but I just decided to keep it because we had already sort of painted and everything, and I spaced to actually take this off, but there was a little bit of rot in the corners and stuff, and I just sort of dug it all out and coated it and painted it, but it's due to replace, so I might end up having to pull these off so that I can mount this bulkhead and this bulkhead on. Those are the ongoing projects that's going to be going on. But the thing that I had not fully comprehended, and something that I didn't get a total grasp on, where can I put this camera? The thing that I didn't fully grasp was how to make the bulkhead that runs along here. And the reason why I had problems understanding this is because how do you make the bulkhead to the height that you want to be? Now, I know that we know that we want to make the countertop about this height. How do I take this height and free float something to make this bulkhead was something that I didn't fully grasp. And actually, one of the reasons why I had a little trouble back here, and it's a little crooked obviously with this bulkhead, we're going to actually put a cap on it to straighten this out, is because I didn't fully grasp how to make the walls and the cabinetry to be sort of even. And I think I did pretty good on keeping this pretty even without it tilting and stuff. It seems pretty straight. It's this angle that I had gotten wrong, and we're gonna fix. I think this is where the batteries are gonna sit, right here. Okay, so basically how I understand this is you take a board and you put it at a height that you think you're going to put it at. And then you take another board, you screw it to it, like so. And you screw both of these together onto this tab down here. And another thing I did was I drew a line. Somehow, see, whoever made these tabs, probably Pacific Seacraft, they took the time to measure everything out and draft it all out so that it's all even and not crooked and going downhill so that you can, put your tabs to mount stuff good. Okay. So I can measure off of here, and I already, looking at it, kind of looks crooked, like it's going uphill. So, oh yeah, it's definitely going uphill. So where I need it to be is, where Pete put it was about right there is where I need that to go. So from here down to, God, that's way crooked. I'm not a carpenter, but that's okay. Okay, anyway, so that's where it's supposed to go, is like that. Okay. It looks about right. Okay. So what's gonna happen is usually in the Pacific Seacraft there is a locker right here. But what I'm going to do is, instead of having the hanging locker, there's actually going to be up forward here, about halfway up, some cubby holes that you can put clothes in on either side. What I'm thinking about doing is making it so that the bed sort of hangs over right here, and then you can lift the bed up right here to get underneath, to get to extra bedding or just extra things that you don't normally get to but might need it. And then the way back will be storage that you don't ever really get at. But it's there if we need it. But anyway, so this isn't that much room for a hanging locker, especially for 2 people, or 3 actually, because Ava as well. She's going to have, actually, her clothing space will be underneath her bed. So, yeah, anyway, so what I'm thinking about doing is that. And then for storage for food, like if I need food storage, it's going to be underneath these seats. These 2 seats on either side will have storage for food. Actually, that's not going to be a seat. That's a toilet. Seat and seat will be storage for food. So this is actually going to be a sink. The reason why I came up with it being a sink is, number one, you can stand up right here and look down to do your dishes, which you're kind of going to have the hatch in the way to do it, but at least you can stand up. That'll be important to be able to do your dishes. The next thing I'm going to do is the fridge is going to go in the middle. Also, the other thing is, you're going to have this sink, but there's also, I'm going to put like a locker behind here to have storage of toothpaste and toothbrush and all that sort of stuff. There's also going to be some sort of storage back here too. So there's going to be storage here and there, small amounts of shelving here and there. This will be the fridge, which will take up this space right here. And this is going to be the stove. And the thing that I'm thinking about the stove is also doubling it as a cutting board. But what I want to do is make it so that I can open this hatch and I can slide the stove right here and cook right here, and I can stand and cook, which I think would be really important. It'd be kind of cool if I could like move the stove out this way actually and like cook in the middle. Then I could like stand here and be cooking and looking out. But that'll be later. That'll be an idea later. But those are kind of the plans that we're thinking. If I slide out this way, then I can stand here and I can cook, which would be kind of cool. It would take up space though. But if you could like move the table in out of the way or something to get around, or fold the table up, or whatever you can do to get around, might be cool. But anyways, those are just some of the ideas. And then Ava's bed will be right here. And then storage of the cockpit locker. That'll be bumpers and things back there. Okay, I'm gonna get back to it. I was gonna screw this board up. Okay, so I believe I make something like this. So that's it. But the only thing is, how do I mark that curve? He wanted it on the floor, but I don't think that's right. I think I gotta move it in. But I'll ask him. These things, why did I do that? Anyways, these things are off. These pieces of wood here. I had to actually chisel them off. So I couldn't save them as a pattern, as usual, per usual on anything on this boat, I've noticed. I guess these can be as a pattern though, a little bit. Yeah, actually, never mind, I got a pattern. That's good enough. Hi! Up the ladder, down the ladder, up the ladder, down.